God does not care about your problems. He doesn't. Honestly, he doesn't. I know this may sound a little strange coming from me, especially for those of you who have seen my other videos or who have read my posts on Facebook, or if you just know me as a person, you know this is a little different. But honestly, I believe this one. I'm feeling this one. God does not care about your problems. He doesn't. And why should he? What's so special about you? What about my problems? I got problems. What about people in your family? You know, people that you work with. What about people all across the country, all across the world? What about people that are dealing with things that have been happening lately? You know, everybody's got problems. What's so special about yours? God don't care about your problems. So what does he care about? My name is Bryan Cobaris, and I'm the executive director of Faithful Few Motivations. And this is your moment of motivation. I was recently caught in a rainstorm, thunderstorm, really. I mean, you know, I honestly thought for a second that I saw two sets of every animal heading in line going somewhere. That's how bad it was. But recently I was in a rainstorm, and I had an umbrella, but I noticed that I was still getting wet. And as I was feeling ungrateful and, you know, wondering why, what's the point of me having an umbrella if I'm still going to get wet? In a moment where I was feeling that way, a family walked past me heading in the opposite direction, and, you know, they were getting soaked because they didn't have an umbrella. They didn't have any kind of covering. They were just drenched. And it really got me thinking. I mean, it really showed me how ungrateful I was being, that, you know, even with everything that was going on, I was still covered. We as children of God, sometimes we feel like God is not going to allow things to happen to us. And to an extent, that's true. But that doesn't mean we're completely immune to everything that happens in this world. People often say, why do bad things happen to good people? I mean, God never told us that nothing would happen to us just, you know, being his children. In fact, in Matthew 5:45, he says that he gives sunlight to both the evil and to the good. The rain falls on the just and the unjust, which tells me that everybody's going to go through something. What makes us different as children of God is that we don't have to go through things as bad. And even when we deal with terrible circumstances, there's still hope at the end. As children of God, it's not about our problems, because honestly, going back to the title, God doesn't care about our problems. He cares about us. He cares about you. He knows everything that you're going through. Nothing is catching him off guard or by surprise. You know, he's not up in heaven talking about, oh man, I can't believe that happened. No, he knows. Trust me, he knows. And the best part about it, he's already got a plan for you to come out of it. See, the umbrella in a rainstorm represents the spiritual covering that we have as children of God. He does promise us grace. He does promise us protection. You know, in fact, in Romans 6:14, he says, for sin shall not have dominion over you. You are not under the law, but under grace. Now, that doesn't mean you just go out there and do all kind of crazy stuff just because you're under grace. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the things that the world has to answer to, the things that the world has to go through, don't necessarily apply to us in the way that at the end, as children of God, we still have some hope. In fact, not only do we have hope, we have a bright future. God has already planned and ordained for everything that has happened to you to happen. He already knows. It's all a part of his agenda. It's all a part of his schedule. And the best thing about schedules and agenda is they have a certain time where things are supposed to happen. Along with everything that you're going through, there's some blessings on the other end of that. All you have to do is keep pushing, keep trying, don't give up, and you'll reach them. Because this is all a part of the schedule. It's all a part of the agenda, and you will make it through the storm. This is Bryan Cobaris with your moment of motivation. Stay encouraged.